Perfect. Welcome to Dirty Fanatics United.
Falcon fans, Falcon Nation, Dirty Fanatics United is coming at you live on a Wednesday night. A Wednesday night at 7:30, episode 62 coming at you. It's my boy Philip with me. Cody will be here shortly. Philip, what's going on, man? Before you get started, if you're new to the channel, man, hit that like, hit that share. Be sure to subscribe. A little technical difficulties over on my side of things, so we are doing it from the cellular device today. Be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment. It's your boy DFU, Philip and Chase. What's going on, Philip? How you been, brother?
I'm doing good. It's been a short week, I guess you could say so far. I guess it's because we doing on a different night tonight, but
yeah,
it's been I've just been waiting for the rest of the schedule, I guess, and waiting for the entire schedule. Ready to see what, breaking down.
You see the leaks, you see what I see on Twitter. Week 1 against the man himself, Arthur Smith, and Russell Wilson coming to Atlanta to play, face our Dirty Birds, Kirk Cousins, Michael Penix, Bijan, the Ballers. You know what's going on in the A, man. Week 1 should be a dub. Philip, like I said, technical difficulties on my side. I had a whole screen share I wanted to play tonight, but my computer is lagging very bad, so we're doing it from the phone tonight. Philip, anything exciting you've seen coming out in Falcon news?
No, news. Not so much. I mean, I guess you could say mini camp. I guess you could say is news, but it's nice to see, the vets hopping in with the rookies when they didn't have to. It's building the chemistry. Now that I think of it, Kirk took a trip to, I think it was Tampa. I think with a couple of our guys. Kyle Pitts is one of them. Do some little bit of study, getting that connection there.
Continuity, a word that Kirk Cousins continues to use this offseason. Continuity is a big word for Kirk Cousins, man, and it speaks volumes to me because, as you said, it's only OTAs, and these players don't have to be out there. But Kirk Cousins, a guy that's on a no-trade clause, first year here in Atlanta, coming off an Achilles, to hear from Raheem Morris that Kirk Cousins is 100%. He's pretty much a full go right now in OTAs. Phil, how does that make you feel as a Falcon fan? There was the worries that Kirk was not going to be ready at the regular season. There was worries that in training camp Kirk would only be able to throw the football. Philip, your thoughts of Kirk Cousins bouncing back so quickly from Achilles?
All right, it's great. I didn't never necessarily have any concern, but a little, I guess you could say a little, hoping that he would be ready and, is ready to go out there, not just forcing it kind of like a Kyle Pitts situation from last year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good to know that he's ready just in case. But just in case, it's nice to see that our rookie quarterback is doing his thing out there as well.
So, no doubt. It's definitely cool to see Michael Penix Jr. come out. Your first-round pick, people already doubting him before they actually see the talent that this kid has. Honestly, Philip, still in the draft. Drake May is already being looked down on by his coaches. Coaches saying that it's going to be a Coach Mayo for the Patriots, saying in a news conference that it's going to be a long road for Drake May here as a rookie in New England. Philip, to see Michael Penix Jr. to get the praise that he's gotten from the media, from Raheem Morris, it's definitely exciting times to come to Atlanta to play football, to learn behind a Kirk Cousins. They play the similar play style. Philip, we're going to talk a little bit about Atlanta Falcon news and updates before we get too far into it. We have made some signatures. We have made some signings. We went and – Philip, can you read that? My screen is so small on this phone, bro.
Well, we have signed Bradley Anae and Dane. I do not want to ruin that name, but I'm just calling that Shane.
Two guys that you signed on the defense side of the ball. Today we also signed a cornerback. Another – Philip, you'll read that for me right there.
via Jeremy Fowler, ESPN. The Falcons are signing a pair of veteran free agents, defensive lineman Brady Ney and then defensive back Dane Shank after their tryouts Friday per agent David Cantor of GSE Worldwide.
So the Falcons have finally reached their 90-man roster to go into training camp. Philip, this is where the battles start, bro. This is where it gets fun. This is where the podcast comes into play. This is where we talk about who's going to make it on the team, who's not going to make it on the team. A lot to come up. We're going to have a show just for that. Before we get too far into Atlanta Falcon news and updates, I want to get into some DFU updates, man. Much love to each and everybody that's hit that subscribe button, man. If you haven't already and you're watching this live now, if you're watching it afterwards, hit that subscribe button, man. The goal is 1K. We're at 377 right now on YouTube. Surpassed the 375 subscriber mark on May the 11th. Once again, I want to thank everybody that subscribed, everybody that contributes to the show. Leaves just a simple like, a simple comment, man. It carries the show a long ways. And just for me, I'm sure Philip can vouch as well. It means a lot to have people that support you as well as what y'all have been doing for DFU. Not even a full year here doing the channel, and it was a goal of mine and Philip's to start something like this. I started it up. I called Philip up and like, yo, I got it set up, dog. I just need a co-host. I need you to come on with me. And look where we're at now, Philip. 377 subscribers in less than a year, bro. Much love to you, bro. All the edits that you see on this channel comes from my dog, Philip. People hitting the inbox wanting Philip to edit more edits for him, man. Comes with a price. But that boy Philip doing big things over for DFU, man. And like I said, much love to everybody here that is supported to the channel. Philip, any names? I know we haven't went over the subject. Today was just a pop-up show, no itinerary at all. But any names that you're looking to watch in training camp, somebody that you could potentially see starting this offseason or this coming up season?
Oh man, I haven't seen a whole lot out of certain.
It don't even have to be a draft player, a free agency signing. It can be a guy from last year's draft, just somebody you're excited about for 2024, 2025 season.
I'm gonna go with the excitement of this season. I'm gonna have to say, people talking high praise about Kyle Pitts, and hey, he's gonna do his thing. We all know he's finally got that guy. I'm saying watch out for Drake London. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Drake London's had
with the past few days and OTAs going up for the ball.
It's beautiful
playing the ball where it needs to be at. Philip, talk about it, bro.
It's crazy. He's got these arm lengths. He's got it all height wise. Kirk's just throwing it out there, and some people want to say it's had bad placement. No, it doesn't. The throws were perfect.
The ball is where Kirk Cousins, only Drake London could come down with the ball. Kirk put it where Drake comes down with it. He continues off in stride, and you get a touchdown off of an easy 30-yard bomb from Drake or from Kirk Cousins to Drake London. Philip, if I had to go with a guy that's on the roster right now that I'm excited to see, and it's got to be something you called out a couple of days ago. You sent a picture to the group chat. Cornerback 2 ? D. Alford here in Atlanta. The Falcons social media, if you haven't seen it already, they posted a picture of D. Alford, AJ Terrell together on OTAs, and it said the lockdown begins now. Philip with the quick edits come at me live in the chat and let me know D. Alford is your number 2 cornerback. Chat, let me know what you think about D. Alford this year. Is it time for D. Alford to step up and take that role as cornerback 2, or is that maybe a Clark Phillips role? Or somebody else here on the roster.
I was about to say.
Now that's here on the roster. Some were saying that was a potential cornerback 2 situation here in Atlanta. Philip, is there a cornerback that you're expecting to take that cornerback 2 spot?
Now that we mentioned it, I do see maybe a potential D. Alford, or I've also heard good things about Clark Phillips. Raheem has said that he's, if it was live game, he would be. It'd be just on. He's sticking to the receivers. Even without contact, full contact, it would be game on. So right. I'm looking forward to seeing maybe him push for that corner position too as well. So like we said, it's time to battle it out. Ready to see what's going on.
All right, Philip, give me just a second. I'm gonna move to my computer because we are working now, so we are in the full mode.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now, brother?
Gotcha.
Can you hear me now, brother? Tuesday. Let's get it, man. We
Well-
live on the laptop on a Wednesday night here at DFU. Philip, I know I messed you up there with switching from the cell phone to
Oh,
the
you good.
laptop. Viewers, I'm terribly sorry. We had technical difficulties before we went live. Today's show is also sponsored by Big Sab because I have a terrible cold right now. So excuse the voice, excuse how I sound. Miss Pam in the chat said, hello, Philip and Chase. Miss Pam, what's going on? She said, and everyone in the chat. DSGB Hall in the chat said, what's up, Philip and Chase? Happy draft day. Yes, sir, man. Miss Pam in the chat said Richie Grant is going to be your surprise contract year. I expect him to ball out. Miss Pam with the quick edits.
I rock with that. I rock with that. I like
Richie Grant. Philip, your thoughts about Richie? Obviously, following over from last year, there were some things we thought Richie could improve on. And obviously, that's why Miss Pam here has commented that she thinks this will be the surprise contract year for Richie Grant, because there has been play from Richie Grant that has been kind of low. And as Miss Pam stated here, we know what kind of player Richie Grant can be. We drafted him for a reason. Philip, your thoughts about Richie Grant taking a big leap here in this new defense?
Okay, so I did a little bit of digging on my boy. You know, I like Richie. I like to call him out for his mistakes, but that's all love. You know what I'm saying? I do the little Richie. You know what I mean. But I was doing a little bit of research on him. He ran a little bit of a 3.4 in college and high schools.
3.4.
3.4, bro. He's kind of built. You can tell he might be used to it. We'll see how it goes under this new regime. You know, right. Raheem and all that. The Raheem regime, but
Raheem the dream.
Yes, sir. So we'll see. I do expect him to take a big leap forward right here and possibly play it to that expectation that everybody's they're hoping for him to do. I have not given up on Richie, so I'm ready to see what he do, and I hope he does not prove me wrong.
As podcasters, as Falcon fans, as DFU fanatics, there's no way you'll ever catch us just directly bashing a player that's here on the team. We all want to see Richie Grant take that next leap. With that being said, I was a person that wanted Richie going last year. I thought Richie would be a guy that was cut before the initial 53-man roster. But Miss Pam, I'm 100% with you. If Richie Grant can take that second step, what a tremendous upgrade that would be for our secondary. Jesse Bates gets the extra help. Clark's the third gets the extra help. And you have D. Alford possibly still in the nickel spot, getting even more help on that back end. Mama in the chat, she said, what's up, brother? What's up, moms? Appreciate you tuning in. Pam in the chat, she said he has a chip on his shoulder. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Philip, it's time to get into this schedule thing, man. What all the Falcon fans want to talk about. If you're here, man, leave a comment, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, man, we greatly appreciate it. Philip, jumping right into it, we've already talked about it. From what it seems like, the Steelers has been a verified confirmation that we will play them week 1 in the Benz. Philip, your thoughts about playing Arthur Smith? The NFL is ruthless, dude. The NFL was like, oh, we got you. We know what we're doing with Smith. And then you bring Russell Wilson, a guy that already doesn't have a great history in Atlanta. Obviously, Philip, the playoff run, if you remember that against the Seahawks, you were at the game. The fans were giving Russell Wilson hell. So I hope that's another thing we see happen here when we play them in our home opener against Russell Wilson and the Steelers. Philip, your thoughts about that game? How do you think that could shake out? Is there any hostility there for the defense against Arthur Smith's new offense?
Maybe between the players, maybe not between the fans. 100%. I just want to dominate them. I'm just gonna come out and say I want to dominate them.
Yeah, you want that first game, that first home opener, week 1 in the Benz. It's already going to be stupid packed. The Steelers, I will say, took over last year. Atlanta, let's not let that happen again. Atlanta, let's buy week 1 tickets, be in our seats, be super loud. Let's root this new team onto a dub, heading off into the season 1-0. And then, Philip, we head all the way to Philly on a Monday night football game. Philip, Monday night in Philly. We know the fan base. Philip, my guy, Cody Keeler, is in the backstage. Going to go ahead and add him on here.
Cody! What's up, fellas?
Cody, how you been, man? What's been going on?
Good, man. Just getting off work. Loving traffic and all that wonderful stuff. But it's good to be here to talk about Dirty Bird football.
I bet that Atlanta traffic gets you every afternoon, dude.
Yeah.
Every afternoon.
Every afternoon.
It's not as bad for me, because I drive back from Savannah back to a smaller town out in the suburbs, and I complain about the Savannah traffic. So I don't know how you do it, Cody. But glad to have you here on the show tonight, brother.
Good to be here, man. I'll say ready to talk Dirty Bird football on scheduled time.
Yeah, man, it's scheduled time here in the NFL. Me and Philip is on week 2. Obviously, week 1. I'll get your take on this here, Cody. Week 1 against the former coach Arthur Smith. I was asking Philip, is there any hostility from these players to go up against this new offense that Arthur Smith has worked towards?
Man, anytime I think that you play a former coach, former player, or anything like that, it's always fun to get up for that football game. And the fact that it's the Pittsburgh Steelers too, man, it's fun to. There's a lot of teams that are fun to beat. Obviously, New Orleans is one, Cowboys is one, the Patriots for us will always be one, and any of the big guys, any of those big name, big traveling teams, because there's nothing better than watching us whack somebody and send these guys home sad. Facts. So I have a feeling that's what's going to happen week 1. I think our guys come out fired up week 1 against the Steelers. We wax them 42-10 and send them on their way back to Pittsburgh.
Love to hear it. Cody, obviously a very hostile environment in the Benz. We need that to be that week 1. I was telling Philip, obviously all 3 of us was at that game against the Steelers last year. The Steelers definitely took over the building. I will give them that.
Y'all were a little more involved with the fans than I was.
Yeah, there was a little, TikTok that got maybe 5 million views on it. Me and a guy arguing at the Benz, but we'll leave that for another topic. But the Steelers, man, with that being said, Cody, that part is why I want to dog the hell out of the Steelers when we come week 1. Also, to beat a franchise that has over 5 Super Bowl rings on week 1, to open up a new season with Kirk Cousins, to see Kirk go out there and put up 300 yards week 1, my God, fan base would be in love. That would be tremendous to see. And obviously heading over into week 2, I was telling Philip, you win week 1, you beat the Steelers, you're sitting 1-0, you're looking good. But then we travel Monday Night Football to Philly for their home opener. You know, it's going to be packed, it's going to be dirty, it's going to be raw over in Philadelphia. Cody, your thoughts of success to get out of week 2 with a dub, man?
Man, that one's going to be tough. So the good news is we're not in Philadelphia when it's cold and snowing. I think that's one of those things, I know a lot of people are like, well, dome teams don't play well out in the weather. I don't know, what the statistics are on that. And, honestly, my thing is I was always football is football, man. I mean, these guys have not always played in a dome their entire career. They've not all, not all of them have always, had perfect weather conditions. These guys are professional athletes, man. They can get over the cold weather stuff. But that being said, it is nice to know that weather hopefully will not be a factor in Philadelphia. Success to me is, Philadelphia's tough. That offense is going to be, hopefully not kicking and running, what it can
that early. I think it may be a good thing, Cody. I think it may be a good thing we go ahead and get this out of the way.
Yes.
Same with the Chiefs.
Yes. Go ahead. Absolutely. Yeah, no, absolutely. Catching some of these, I know a lot of people were, when they saw the first 5 games, they're like, man, what a gauntlet for the Falcons. But the thing is we're catching these teams early where there's still question marks. You're just coming out of training camp, not training camp. You're just coming out of preseason, and things like that. So we might catch these teams early. Now, the same thing can be said about us too, because, it'll be week 2 for us too. Yep. But the thing is I think if we can go in there, get Bijan, really going, I think Bijan's going to be the key in Philadelphia, man. Wear their defense out, make them soft, and then let Kirk cook. Yeah. I think a run game is going to be big in Philadelphia. It's going to have to be.
Cody, we talked about it in the group chat. 4, from what it seems like right now, 4 national televised games for the Atlanta Falcons this year. Cody, I think this speaks for the NFL, man. I think the NFL is seeing that these Falcons are finally fixing to be for real. The Falcons are finally back to the 2016 era. Kirk Cousins coming in, Bijan coming off of a strong rookie season, Drake London coming off of his 2nd year in the NFL. Obviously, still hasn't topped that 1K mark, but I really believe with this new quarterback, it's going to happen pretty fast.
Absolutely.
I don't know for sure. Let me pull up this post before I give you guys false information. The actual schedule should hit at 8 o'clock is what I'm being told. So I'll give you the full report whenever I see it. I'm just going off of, leaks and from what I've been told from other Falcon fans is what's going to happen. week 1, you got, obviously we said the Steelers at 1:00. Week 2 would be the Eagles on a Monday Night Football game at 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come back, Cody, week 3 to the Benz, Sunday Night Football. It's going to be stupid pack at 8:30 against the Patrick Mahomes and his Chiefs. Cody, that game there, dude, that is a game that the Falcon fans must pack out. It's a primetime game. Cody, before we get too far into the schedule, I want to address a rumor that I've been hearing on Twitter, Facebook, other Falcon fans, and it's about Kirk Cousins' primetime game stats. Falcon fans have been digging into Kirk Cousins' primetime game stats, and I will say it ain't the greatest. But let's look for the good. All right, we got a new regenerated team, people that want it. Raheem Morris talked about it today in the press conference. How the learning part is for Penix, but Kirk Cousins is going for a Super Bowl. Like, Cody, just speak on that. Like, does this primetime stats in the past, does this affect what we're going forward here with just off of the early part of the season and to week 5, you already have 3 primetime games? Cody, your thoughts on that?
No, I don't buy into any of that. My thing is, like you said, it's a new team for him. He's getting a fresh start. He's getting new coaches, new weapons, new players. It's going to be different for Kirk Cousins. I would say, could it be rough for him? Maybe. But my thing is if you're expecting Kirk to fail just because it's prime time and that's what he's done, I'm trying to think of the guy. Trying to think of one of the players. There was a stat about some guy that was whoever. Man, this has been a few months ago, so I can't remember. But a change of scenery does a lot for a lot of guys, man.
Yep.
And then you've got to think too, like if you look at some of the teams Kirk Cousins has been on with Minnesota, Minnesota has been okay at best. Look, I mean, and he's had some weapons at best. But if you look at what the main difference between what Kirk had in Minnesota and he's got here in Atlanta, he's got Kyle Pitts, the ultimate hybrid between a wide receiver and a tight end. You've got Bijan Robinson, who clearly has shown signs that he's something special. He's got Tyler Algier that every time that dude touches the ball, man, it's like watching a bowling ball blow up pins. It's it's unreal. He's got Drake London, who has steadily gotten better every year that he's played. Yep. He's got weapons all over the field. He's got Mooney now. He's got Rondale Moore. I mean, these guys are guys that can take the top off. And like I say, it's not that the teams that Kirk played with in Minnesota were bad, but he had, he had 2 weapons. He had his, I drawing a blank.
Justin Jefferson. And then you had the new rookie.
Right.
I forget his name. Addison, Jordan Addison.
Jordan Addison. There you go. I was to say, and and that's great, but that's 2 weapons on a team of 11 when you march out your offense there. Man, everywhere he's looking here in Atlanta, he's got the 2 running backs. He's got the tight end hybrid. He's got and Kyle Pitts. He's got Drake London. He's got Mooney, and these guys that may not be bigger names, like a Julio Jones or or even like a Mohamed Sanu. But if you watch these guys, they play they're fast like that, quick hands, and so I think that's going to be the different for Kirk. You get new scenery, you get a new fan base, a change of scenery. And at the same time too, you have to think this is almost like Kirk coming home. Yep. His wife is from here. He's familiar with here. He's familiar with Atlanta. So again, it's just a change of scenery. So to people that are sitting here harping on it's prime time, and when Kirk gets in prime time, he's awful. Go ahead and stop. Let's say, because none of that's going to matter while he's here in Atlanta.
Another stat that I would love to look at, I haven't looked at, is what did the Vikings O-line rank last year? I know the Falcons had supposedly a top 10 O-line throughout most of the season, even a top 10 when it came to the running game. So you got to look at stuff like that, people. You can't just go off of what happened in Minnesota. You got to look at the new offensive coordinator and Zach Robinson, what he's expecting to do here in Atlanta. It's going to be fun, man. Real quick, before we get into this schedule, headed over to the chat. ATL Georgia Faithful in the chat say, they say Helms is taking starter reps over Grant. Cody, me and Philip was talking about the cornerback situation before you hopped on. Who could be cornerback 2? And I was speaking on when Philip sent over the message of the picture of AJ Terrell, D. Alford, and it said the lockdown begins. Cody, is there a guy that you're looking at to take that next step to possibly be cornerback too? You know, a position that we didn't really hit on. We went and got some free agencies in Kevin King, a couple other guys in free agency. But is there a guy that's currently on the roster that you're looking at to kind of seal cornerback too?
Yeah, and I know this probably isn't going to be the most popular opinion, but I think Richie Grant, man, makes that step. He has shown signs of improvement. I'm not a Richie Grant, I'm not like huge on Richie Grant, but I've seen enough that it feels like he's getting ready to take that next step to where he can be, quarterback number 2. He may not be as locked down as AJ, but as long as you can give me, even just okay.
Yeah.
Because what I think is really boiled down to is going to be our defensive line has been improved enough that what's going to happen is these guys are not going to have to cover as long, and they're not going to have to, be in coverage as long. And so sacks are going to start to happen. So even if he plays okay, I think the defensive line has improved enough to cover up some of the spots where he may be just okay at best. So, but I really think the defensive line is going to make a huge difference in our coverage this year.
100%. Philip, glad to have you back, brother. Miss Carrie in the chat said, Falcons fam, Chase and Philip, so excited for the schedule release. Miss Pam in the chat said, all those national televised games.
I'm pretty sure it's
dirty.
4.
Yeah, it's about 4 games, Philip. I think you got 3 in the beginning, and then you got 1 towards the end of the season.
You have
on a Thursday night against the Bucks.
You have the Eagles, the Bucks. I know the Chiefs is a primetime game, is it?
Yep.
Okay, and then you have the Raiders. I'm pretty sure like week 15 or something. And they said, I don't know how true that is, but
3 Dirty in the chat said it's our duty as fans to not let their fans take over the bins.
Mm-hmm.
Preach, Dirty. Appreciate you tuning in, man. Hit that like button, hit that share. Be sure to subscribe. Leave a comment if you're just now tuning in. Yo, what's up, Dirty Birds fam? Falcons going to drag the shit out of Arthur Smith. Let's go, Dirty Birds. Shout out to Carton Bunch in the chat, man. A diehard Falcon fan. Hit that like button. 3 Dirty in the chat said ATL, Georgia faithful. Let's hunt. Not let's ride. Let's hunt. We coming for you, Russell Wilson. Carton Bunch said KC game going to tell us a lot about our Dirty Birds. Very true. If you look at what we did the last game against KC, I will say the past few games against KC, the Atlanta Falcons have held on. The Atlanta Falcons have lost by a touchdown, a field goal.
2016, we should have won that game for sure. I remember that like it was yesterday.
Miss Pam said, winning games will pack the bins, and it starts week 1, baby. Starts week 1. Funeral services in the chat. Sheesh, said, did he say Richie Grant, or am I tripping? He said Richie Grant. It ain't no bad diss on Richie.
No, he said
Richie Grant, possibly cornerback too. And if it happens, just know my boy Cody from DFU called it. And Miss Pam in the chat. So shout out to Miss Pam for her comment. ATL Jordan said 3D, 100%. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Gator Times Boy said, can't wait till December. I will be at the Vegas game. That was lit. Shout out to, I don't want to, I'm pronouncing this word all wrong, bro. How do you say this? Gats Boy is on
your guess is as good as
hit
mine.
that like button, Gats Boy. Hit that subscribe button, man. Glad to have you here in the comment section. Headed to the next game, Philip. We just hit on week 3 against the Kansas City Chiefs in Atlanta at 8:30. A late game in the bins. Probably going to be there. It's going to be fun times here in Atlanta, man. The next game you have is this is where the schedule gets kind of shitty. If you ask me. You got the week 4 at the Saints at 1:00.
Good.
And then you play week 5 versus the Buccaneers at 8:30 on a Thursday night football game. 2 divisional games. You can plan for the Saints, but you're still coming off of a Sunday night football game. So you're going to need a day of rest. So you're losing a day to prepare for the Saints, a divisional opponent. And then you're losing multiple days to prepare for another divisional opponent against the Bucs at 8:30 on a Thursday night football game. Guys, how are we feeling about this? Because when I seen this, it initially just lit a fire under my ass because the NFL constantly screws us. We already have the hardest schedule in the NFL. And then you put 2 divisional opponents back-to-back like this in short weeks, not only back-to-back, but short weeks back-to-back. Philip, Cody, your thought?
Personally, I think it's a good. It's not a bad thing to me. It's going to show us what this team is actually, how they're built, what they're going to be going through.
Them
With
later
these
round
short
playoffs.
weeks, we're going to see what we can do. I'm glad personally that we're playing New Orleans early in the season in New Orleans, and because we haven't seen a home game against them at the end of the season in maybe 6 years.
3 years is at least, yeah.
I'm excited to see that. So I'm kind of hyped about it.
Gats boy, appreciate Gats in the chat, man. Georgia, Texas boy. Okay. Miss Pam in the chat say ready for the all girls trip in Vegas. Jeez, Miss Pam on an all girls trip in Vegas, man. Miss Pam, y'all better act right.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Them Falcon fans get in Vegas, they gonna start acting up, Miss Pam. I done see you, Miss Pam. Calm down. Philip and Cody, you heard the next week 4, week 5, Saints, Bucks. Cody, your thoughts on that? Playing that division opponent back to back.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of losing the day of practice, but again, these guys are professional, man. I think that they'll find a way to to deal with a little bit of adversity to kind of start our season. I'm imagining that's what September, getting into October. You can't win the division in September or October, but you damn sure can put some distance between you and the Saints and the Buccaneers. And so if you can do that early, take care of business against the Steelers, go to Philadelphia, smack them around, hopefully come back home on prime time, embarrass Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, and then go to New Orleans and steal one from them at their place, and then come back home to Atlanta and take that W against the Buccaneers. You're looking real good. I could see a 5-0 start, maybe 4-1 at worst, maybe losing that Kansas City game. But, man, that's okay. We'll take that. What I'm going to be interested in is to see, do we get the bye that week 6, which is a little early for a bye for me. I like our bye.
Same. I like that week 10 bye. That late
week
bye,
10, 9, 8, right in the middle. Kind of towards the end. So we'll see what they do with that.
Cody, I'm glad you brought that up, Cody, because just by looking at this, dog, you brought up a really, really great point here. You're talking about, the roster of having to play the Saints and then the Bucks. You got the Saints at 1:00. You just came off of 2 primetime games at 8:30. You had the Eagles week 2, 8:30 Monday Night Football.
Right.
Then you got the Chiefs 8:30 Sunday Night Football. Then the Saints at 1. And then you go to the Bucks at home for 8:30. So it's looking like that week 6 just may be that bye week. You're getting kind of short on your training there. That's 2 weeks back to back. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Mm-hmm. Chat, let me know how y'all feel about the divisional opponents back to back. Going around the table real quick because I'm still waiting on this schedule to drop. I have one more leak that I have for today. It's the Giants' full scheduled leak today. It's a full 100% Giants schedule. We will play them in Atlanta on week 16 in the Benz. Hopefully, backups are playing that game. We've already secured the NFC South. Before we get, while we're waiting on the schedule to drop, I know we're all steady checking. I'm over here looking right now. Until that hits, give me a game that you guys potentially see that we can lose. Obviously, did it hit, Philip?
No, but the outermost disrespect. Don't steal our lingo. Okay.
Yeah, the Aints
with
the
steal our lingo. Just for that, I hope we whoop y'all's ass by 35. Just wait for it.
Yeah, the Saints on Twitter with the most unoriginal posts. Like it was every team who they play. It didn't even give the week of what time they play. It just said the name of the team, and then ours was visitors.
We're gonna rally up.
Man, they're taking our visitor thing. They can.
Yeah. We going in there, bro. We're gonna be the ones marching in there. That's what's gonna happen. You just wait for it, really.
I said, well, the Falcons have something on their website right now, but it's not. It's showing who we play, but it's showing like in the NFL street version of us beating people. But it's.
Oh yeah, let's play it on the live, man. Let's play it right here on the. Let's play it on the live. Let me pull it quick on the screen share.
I know this is a little off topic, but man, how dope would it be if they brought back NFL Street?
Woo, baby!
I would love that.
I'd start playing a Madden game and find me again. I ain't gonna lie to you. Street where it's at.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, we got to pull this up so we can show the Falcon fans, man. Atlanta Falcons on Twitter.
I don't know. I just
guys.
seen a street version of
Dude,
Kyle
this-
Pitts bodying the Steelers.
I say, dude, I was to say they took a few shots at a few people. It's hilarious.
All right, here we go. Let's go studio screen share, guys. We got something for you here. The Falcons are dropping bangers.
I do have something.
Here we go. Let's pull it. The screen share. All right, give me 1 second. We'll watch this, and then we'll go straight to the schedule.
If it is true.
We got a tough schedule this year. I ain't gonna lie. We good, Bijan. Let's take it to the streets.
Let's good. Oh, pansies.
Dude, I've never wanted to play NFL Street so bad again in my life now.
I swear.
We do not care.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, Dirty Bird hitting a Dirty Bird.
Yes, sir.
Kurt James.
That's sort of Drake running down there somewhere.
Drake going on the top. Drake for the pick. Touchdown, Atlanta!
Yes, sir. I like the Freddy graffiti there. Oh, Big D security.
Algier, baby.
I
Algier
like
always eats on the stage, bro. Always eats on
Bring
the
it
A.
You like that?
Like that. Savage, bro. Savage.
Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. GTA. There's old Bucks. That Mike Vick.
That boy,
That's Mike Vick right there. Oh, let's see what they do here.
Oh,
I like that. I like that. I like
that was a playoff.
that. I like that.
Boys, I feel the throwbacks. I feel the throwback jerseys all year, bro. Too many throwbacks in this.
We ain't hard to find.
You believe that?
Yes, sir. We believe.
Cool.
Man, this shit here is about to be lit, boys. Philip, you say you got the schedule. Run us through it. Let's talk about it. Philip, talk to him.
Week 1, obviously, we know it's the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. Okay. We already know how that's going to go. Week 2 at Philadelphia, Monday night game. We already know that. I'm going to just skip the first 5 games.
Just go to week 6. Week 6.
Week 6 is in Carolina.
That's
Where we
3
go
divisional games back to back to back.
But that's okay though, because
whoopings.
let's see. Here's the thing about that. Carolina, that should be considered a mini bye week for us. There is no reason that Carolina should give us
beat us
fits,
at
should
all.
beat us or give us fits
Clump.
week 6.
Yeah.
Because by week 6, Carolina will be 0-6, and they'll be ready to mail it in.
Yeah,
So that should
Bryce
be that's
Young
our
looking
that's
for a
our
new team.
we'll consider that our mini bye after the Saints and Bucks there.
Philip, week 7. Who you got, brother?
Week 7, we finally meet a distant playoff rival. We have the Seattle Seahawks at home.
Let's get it. Let's get it at
we're gonna have
home in the Benz.
We're gonna have to put a little whooping that on the little cousin bird over there. You know how we do.
Yep.
Week 8 is in Tampa.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Dude,
We're gonna be the ones firing off the cannon.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna blow it down. All right. Week 9 is at home against the Cowgirls.
Okay.
Week 10, it's gonna be in New Orleans, that stank ass town.
That's at home, right? That's at home.
Yeah, that should be Cowboys at home and Saints at home.
Saints should be home because we got Saints away week 5, I believe.
Week 4
Week
is at
4.
home.
Yep.
Week 4 is at home.
Okay, so week 4.
I thought we were away in week 4.
No, week 4 is at Saints at 1:00.
Right.
So week 10 will be at home.
At
Unless
home.
this leak was wrong. Is this leak wrong? What got, Philip?
I don't know. It says week 4 we're at home, and at week 10 is at New Orleans.
Okay, so that leak may have been wrong. That leak there was.
Here, let's see here. The Falcons just on the Falcons.com just dropped their schedule, I believe. Preseason. Okay, yeah, the Falcons just dropped it. So week 1, so we'll skip. So
week 4 is what? Home or
week
away?
4 is home. Week 4 is home for us. Yep.
And then week 10 is
10
away.
is away.
Then week 10 is at Saints.
Week 11, we in the mountains, baby. We in Denver against the Broncos. We're gonna get ready to ride. Week 12 is bye week.
Yep.
Okay, nice.
Good.
Love it.
Late bye week. Week 13 is at home against the Chargers. We know how that went last time.
Yeah, we got to get that one. Taquan Graham, hold on to the fumble and go to the dirt.
I don't even think he's there. No more.
He's here. He could get cut, but he's here.
Week 14, we're gonna be in Minnesota. Kurt's gonna be going head to head with JJ McCarthy. Sorry to him, but brother, we're gonna have to steal that win from you. You are up that day, okay? Week 15 is a Monday Night Football game in Las Vegas. We know how fun that game's gonna be. Week 16 is at home against the Giants. We got to take that win too, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
Week 17, we meet up with our Kurt's older team, Washington, as we battle out Dan Quinn and them bums. And then week 18 is at home against no one other than the Carolina Pansies.
Okay, so you're gonna see everybody week 18. Panthers are already eliminated. Falcons are number 1 in the NFC South.
That's a good way to end the season.
Yeah, walking out on a bye week against the Panthers. You can afford to lose to the Panthers. You're already locked in.
Next bye week. You sit your players out. You walk into the playoffs. We get ready to battle it out with the best of the best.
We should. I think we should have this division wrapped up by week 16. You start.
Well, it's looking like 16. if you go and you do your work.
I'm thinking by week
8. It's looking like by week 8 or 9, you could really sit on top of the throne with.
If you get through if we still have the easiest schedule, if we get through these first 5 games at least, sitting at 5-0, 4-1 or 3-2 at least minimum. At the worst, you're sitting good. Just make sure them 2 losses aren't against your rival teams. If you beat
NFC team.
Yeah, exactly. It's just finish it out, man. Like we're gonna be sitting good.
Schedule has dropped here at Dirty Fanatic. I'm glad everybody can be here to see the schedule drop. Leave a comment in the comment section if there's a game that you're planning on making. If it's away, if it's home, DFU will be in the building at a bunch of home games this season. Cody will be at every one. Season ticket holder in the top right of your screen there. Me and Philip, not quite yet season ticket holders, but we drive up to Atlanta a pretty good bit, man. I don't know why we haven't bought them yet. New baby coming on the way for me, so it's going to be tough to make a lot of games this year, but I hope to see everybody there week 1 in the bins. Definitely got to make that one. Baby will be fresh out the oven, but
I ain't gonna make it.
It's a season opener, man. You got to go to that one.
I ain't gonna make an excuse. I still live at home, mom and daddy. We be all right. I like watching the game with the pops. You know what I mean? It's just the vibe. So if he goes, I go. That's how it is.
Week 1 in Atlanta. Can't wait to kick it off, man. Falcon fans, buy your tickets. Philip, Cody, is there one game before we get out of here and give our shout outs? Is there one game on this list that we are really, really ready to play? Like, is there one team that you obviously rivals, we know we hate the rivals, but is there just one team? Is there one team in particular?
I always have that edge just stomping the hell out of the Panthers, but that's besides the point. They just down here at this point. I'm excited to see the Cowboys. I hear all this hype, how we them boys. We're gonna see who them boys is. Last time we played you in Atlanta, we ended up sacking your quarterback. How many times? I don't know.
5
too many.
Davion Clowney, man. Not Clowney.
Adrian Claiborne.
Claiborne.
There was so many I couldn't even count, man. I really couldn't. So we all know how it's gonna go down.
Cody, any game particularly?
That one Trice is gonna be the one with 6 sacks this time.
Shit.
I would say I was thinking Phillips was going to be the Steelers because y'all's history there. But
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to agree with Philip. I would say I've got a lot of family and friends that are Cowboy fans. So
That's right.
man,
That's right.
let's say there's two teams outside of my division that I love playing and love beating. That's Green Bay because my buddy is a huge Packer fan,
Ugh.
and the Cowboys because a lot of family and friends are Cowboy fans. So, beating those two teams always makes me happy. But, man, I tell you what, my blood pressure is always up during those games.
Oh, yeah, no doubt, man.
Mine's every game.
I kind of hit it on the head, but I'll give you a different game to look forward to, and that's the Minnesota Viking game. That game there is going to be something to watch, man. Kirk Cousins,
It's gonna be tense.
Really, I mean, Atlanta's home to Kirk, but really Minnesota's home to Kirk. Let's be for real. The guy was there. That's just like Matt Ryan. If he would have played us his first year with the Colts, there would have been some emotions, ties there. So it's going to be a good game to watch. I think Kirk Cousins comes out and balls. Hopefully Kirk can stay healthy this year, finish off strong like he did last year.
I don't see Minnesota being strong, so I'm hoping that is a game that we take ease.
Yeah, with the rookie quarterback and J.J. McCarthy.
But you can't throw out, Jefferson, but we'll see how that when I get here, we'll see how it goes. I got faith.
Who was Las Vegas quarterback? Who was the Raiders quarterback? I'm just looking at our list here, and I'm trying to figure out how many rookie quarterbacks
they did have Garoppolo, but I don't know how.
We will face Jaden Daniels.
I don't remember.
We'll face Jaden Daniels. We'll face there's another young quarterback that just got J.J. McCarthy. That's 2 rookies there we got to face.
Well, the Steelers. So the Steelers are going to roll out Russell Wilson. The Eagles have got Hurts, Chiefs, Patrick, Saints are. Derek Carr. Yeah, Derek Carr's still running out the Saints, but who's going to be?
He's so forgettable.
He's that old.
Let's say the Panthers have Bryce Young. Who's the Seahawks? The Seahawks should have.
Ain't it Gino?
They got.
Is Gino still there? I thought.
I'm not sure if they got Gino or not, but I know they just got a quarterback in Sam Howell from.
Right.
Oh yeah. That's
Sam Howell could be one. Cowboys have Dak, Carr. The Broncos are definitely going to have a newish quarterback. So either
they got
Simeon,
Bo Nix,
or Simeon will be there. Chargers, unfortunately, have got Herbert. The Vikings for sure will have a rookie quarterback out there. The Raiders possibly, man. I'm trying to think of
who was their quarterback.
I know
Jimmy had that young kid that they had that young that came in last year, and the family was kind of rallying him around him. I forget his name, but he was a young guy last year, backup.
The Giants might have a rookie quarterback if Daniel Jones doesn't go. The Giants might have somebody new in there, and then Washington,
Jaden Daniels. So
they'll have a rookie quarterback. So
I'm ready for that one. That's another one I'm ready for to see Jaden Daniels up against the Falcons.
Well, now imagine this. So what we got Washington at week 17.
Gardner Minshew.
Okay,
we bullied him with the Colts. Yeah, we bullied him with the Colts.
But Washington, that'll be an interesting one, like you said, with Jaden Daniels, because by that point we should be sitting people, so we could see Penix Jr. versus Jaden Daniels.
That'd be wild.
That could have been Falcon quarterbacks, or one that is and one that might.
Yeah, because if you're locked in, you're not starting Kirk Cousins. You're
No,
going to
you're
start
not.
Penix. You're not starting Cousins.
You're going to start Kirk Cousins right here, boy. Look at that grill, boy. He cheesing down there at the bottom.
Cousins is going to get the.
That's how it's going to be this season, boys.
He's going to lock us in, and Michael Penix will finish the year out maybe with a game or two under his belt. That'd be cool.
We'll get that big Penix energy, baby.
Falcon fans, man, appreciate you tuning in here, man. If you're new to the channel, hit that like, hit that share. Be sure to subscribe. It's your boys from Dirty Fanatics United talking Falcon football every Friday night at 8. Be sure to check us out on TikTok, Facebook groups, obviously YouTube, and you can catch us on X at Dirty Fanatics United on all platforms. Twitter, maybe Chase Cravey, _DFU. Philip, Cody, we've almost hit our hour mark. We're at 50 minutes. The schedule just dropped. We've talked about the topics we wanted to talk about. We are obviously still live Friday night at 8. Wanted to bring you guys a pop-up show here on Wednesday night to talk Falcon football, to get new viewers. Hit that like, share to a Falcon fan, leave a comment. We're always doing Falcon giveaways. Jabri Harper, I have not forgot about you, sir. Your hat and your Julio Jones is still sitting on my dining room table. I just got to get to the post office. Always doing free giveaways. We gave away tickets. We was going to give away tickets, but we didn't hit the subscriber mark that we wanted to hit, so we gave away something else. We gave away, when we hit 400, Thomas from the Rouse Up Tour is giving away free memberships, 4 free memberships if DFU hits 400. When we hit 400, I know we're going to do it. We're at 377, man. Hit that subscribe button, man. Let's help us grow to 1K. It's free, man. Hit the bell, hit the subscribe button. Know when we go live. If you're a Falcon fan, this is the podcast to be at. Philip, Cody, give me your shout-outs for tonight, brother.
Well, you already know, man. My dailies. Shout out to God for me being here, this opportunity, the blessings that I've been getting countlessly, man. It's crazy, man. Shout out to y'all for being here as well. This is fun. Shout out to the team, man, and all the the vets helping out these rookies, man, when they didn't have to during these OTAs, man. It's just fun seeing the team get together and even just being a team, getting ready to be a team, the team that we love. So shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's always fun chatting it up with everybody and just doing this in general. So pretty much shout out to everybody, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's it, man. Rise up, baby.
Yes, sir. Cody, any shout-outs for tonight, brother?
Yeah, man. Always shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to you too for coming and talking Dirty Bird football and schedule release. I say I always enjoy it. Big shout out to Kirk Cousins, man. He could have pulled an Aaron Rodgers, the other day when he was talking, and he didn't. He was a professional. Even if he said things politically correct, and that may not be how he's really feeling. Big shout out to Kirk for being a professional. And he's talking about a strong quarterback room and that we're trying to win Super Bowls and we're not worried about petty little stuff. So big shout out to Kirk Cousins for being the professional that we knew he was going to be. I do have one thing. Michael Lombardi, I'm going to go ahead and call you out today, watching you on the Pat McAfee show, talking shit on my Falcons about the Michael Penix thing. It's okay not to understand, big man. You were nobody until you went to the back off Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. So it's okay for you not to understand, not understand my Falcons, but we'll see you in the Super Bowl. Terry Fontenot will be a Super Bowl winning GM within the next 3 years. Go ahead and mark it down. It'll be multiple Super Bowls. Go ahead and put that on your calendar there, Mr. Lombardi.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Falcons. Shout out to the big things we're going to do this year, and always rise up.
Real quick, man. Shout out to my boy Bakari Nails in the chat, man. Bakari, Philip, Cody. This is one of mine and Philip's football players here. Cody, this is one of my running backs, man. Bakari Nails. Love coaching the kid. Love his family.
Yes,
love his dad, his mom. Bakari Nails, man. Shout out to you, brother. Glad you tuned in here to DFU. Hit that subscribe button on YouTube, brother. Football season's coming up, Bakari. I hope you're ready, brother. We're gonna be out there with you, buddy. Falcon fans. Appreciate y'all tuning in tonight, man. Hit that like button, hit that share and subscribe. Y'all heard the shout outs from my boys Cody and Philip, man. We greatly, not only from me, but from these two guys as well. You guys tuning in, subscribing, hitting those like buttons, man. It means a lot to all three of us here. This is a goal that all three of us is building towards. We want to come up together, man. We want to bring this podcast to the next level. We want to be the Atlanta Falcons podcast here on YouTube. So please hit that subscribe button. We know there's other great content creators out here in this world, so it's already a tremendous war to try to be the top. But DFU is
we're gonna try to be the best us.
Yes, sir, man. So once again, shout out to each and everybody that tuned in tonight. Shout out to the Dirty Birds, man. We about to win some games this year, boys. It's about to be a fun time to be a Falcon fan. A lot to look forward to as the Dirty Bird. Shout out to the NFL for the schedule release. I want to take that shout out back because y'all kind of fucked us with the division games back to back. But
it don't matter.
We don't matter.
We're gonna run straight through that.
As my dad would say, we're gonna sweep them, so it don't even matter, man. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to you, brother, for tuning in here on Wednesday night during a busy work week. Philip, shout out to you for coming through. Shout out once again. I want to give a shout out to Philip for his edits. Like I said, people in the inbox want Philip to make edits for him, man. So if you got any edits going on, you need anything edited. Philip Sapp.
His Venmo.
That's the
man. His Venmo.
That's the guy to hit up. Philip Sapp. He's the one, man. Does all the edits here for DFU.
Crew Jones in the chat before we get out here. Is that DFU the best? Is a 60-pound cat fat? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. DFU was on the top, man. Love to hear it. Falcon fans, man, it's your boy Chase, Phillip, and Cody from Dirty Fanatics United, man. We out. Catch you Friday night at 8. Hit that like, share, and subscribe. 8 pound down. Rise up.